stopped out here at this spot real quick and happened to see a bunch of frogs. So I just have a jig head and I put a little piece of plastic bass bait on. And that's what I'm using. There's some smaller ones, those are too small to eat. If you go real slow, usually don't spook them too bad to where they jump down and get under the water. See if we can find a big one here. This one's too small to keep. That's a good example of how to catch them. Come on, let go, let go, let go. He doesn't want to let go of it. Alright, go back to the water. See if we can find a bigger one over here. Here's a nice frog right here. This won't be big enough to eat. Coming right for it. There we go. Oh, he got off. See if he stays on top of the water. Oh yeah, we're going to get another chance at him. They're just so aggressive. Alright. Stay. There we go. Let go. Let go. I'm trying not to hurt you. Yet. There we go. And he's big enough to eat. See if we can get one more real quick and then I'll head back to the truck with this guy. Oh, here's a big one. Here we go. He was just trying to eat a baby frog. That's why he jumped out. They're very territorial. He might come off. Let's see. There we go. Stay. Alright. Might be a few more up above here. We'll take him back to the truck. Alright. Just seen another one right up here back up at the truck. See if we can get him. Oh, he's coming for it. Gotta just make some movement and then set the hook when he gets it, but I missed. Try that again. Oh, missed him again. Another thing you can use to do this is a bass topwater frog. They usually eat those really good too. Oh, there's two bigger ones here now. Okay. Oh, he tried to eat them. Did you see that? He just tried to eat the other frog. So we're going to go for that big bad boy. And I missed him. Nope, he wasn't on. Alright, let's fix my plastic. Since he is so interested in this jig head, I'm going to try to get a little bit closer, make this a little easier. Both of them are going to fight over it now, watch. He missed it. Missed it again. Keeps missing it. Keeps missing it. He had it that time and I missed him. But they're close enough now. You should see the color difference in it. One of them's really dark, one of them's really green. I'm going to bring them right up here to me. Come on. Come on. see if he's big enough to eat or not. Got it that time. I would say this is borderline big enough to eat. I will put him in the cooler, and if I catch a bigger one, I'll change it out. Come on. Yeah. Let's see if this one's any bigger. And I missed. And I missed again. The other thing you can do if you want, you can also snag them. Oh, he's got the jig head in his mouth, but not the hook. Uh-oh, now we got the little guy here. Oh, we caught the little guy. Oops. Come on, I want to release you safe. Oh, too small. He wants their legs to be about the size of hot wings. Come on, let it go. Let it go. Give me my plastic back. Too small. Here's a bigger one out here on the point. Let's see if I can get him. Oh. He might be kind of smart. Oh, here he comes. Got him. Yep, he's big enough to eat. Come here, stay. Alright. Big enough to eat. Alright, we're back home, and it is time to clean some frogs. So just carefully, don't let them jump out. Grab them one at a time. If frogs' lives matter to you, this is where you do not watch. You just gotta take and you hold them, and you have to smack the back of their head to dispatch them quickly and humanely. And then take a nice sharp knife, cut behind the head, around their back. You can use any pliers. I'm using channel locks right now. And then you pull the skin down. Use some kitchen shears, cut at the very end, cut the legs off, or the feet off. On bigger frogs, you can get back straps out of them. These probably aren't going to be big enough, so we will just take and cut right in front of the back legs. Carefully dissect it. Discard the rest. Split, I'll show you a secret here. If you split these legs right down the middle, take your pliers, and if you find the vein, the nerve, you can pull that out, and then when you go to eat the frog leg later, it won't be inside the meat. Because if you ever eat frog legs when it's inside the meat, it leaves a little bit of a that tendon, makes it hard to chew sometimes. But if you've never had frog legs, missing out. They are pretty good. So here's the nerve. Pull it out. Done. That was one. So I think I caught 6. You are allowed to catch 8, I believe, in Iowa is your daily limit. So dispatch them. Like I said, frogs' lives matter. Don't watch this part. At least if they matter to you. To me, they're tasty. Some of the best eating you can get. Another thing you want to do is if you keep them fresh as can be, they taste better. So like right after this, I can go take them in and put them right in the cold. And that'll make them the best tasting. Nothing compared to if you can go to Hy-Vee and buy farm raised frog legs frozen in a box. And then if you tried actual frog legs, like going and catch them like this, you won't ever want those frozen ones again. Tendons out. Clean up the mess. Alright. Gotta be real careful because they're really squirmy and they can get away pretty easy. Catfish skin and pliers work really good for this too. Alright. Get another. It looks like they're all down on this end. Get a few guys together and go get quite a few. It makes a really nice dinner. Alright, I think there is 2 more left. Some people don't split their frog legs. I like to. Usually makes it a lot easier to cook them up. So this is how I make all my fish and frog legs usually. I use Shore Lunch Cajun breading, and I'll use a whole box of it, and then I'll mix in about the same amount of flour with it as well. Just make sure you mix it in really good and have it set aside and ready. Whenever you do your fish or your frog legs this way, you need to set them out on a paper towel. Make sure you get them as dry as possible. Make sure they're not wet at all. Otherwise you'll have problems with the breading sticking. After you make sure you pat them dry really well, I like to take and use sour cream. I got this recipe from YouTube. It was one of Godwin's from Duck Dynasty. He did crappie this way, and it came out really good, and I've used it ever since. So use quite a bit of sour cream. Makes it crispier. So you take and spoon in your sour cream, mix it up really well, start getting your oil hot. You do not want to get the breading on the sour cream until you're ready to put the frog legs or fish in the oil. And only do one batch at a time when you go to put them in the breading. So make sure they mix up really well. And once you have the oil ready, start adding your pieces of fish or frog legs to the breading. And what you're going to do is you're going to mix it until you don't feel any wet ingredients anymore. So I mean, it just feels just dry like flour. And like I said, make sure you only do one batch at a time. With these frog legs, since there wasn't that many, I was able to fit them all in the pan all at once. So I just breaded them all at once. And then just, this is a good time, you know, you have to make sure your oil's nice and hot. And when you start adding them to it, it just sounds so great. You can see I'm mixing it really well. The more breading you get on it, and the more sour cream you use, the crispier it can get. I mean, it's almost like Kentucky Fried Chicken crispy. So add them to the hot oil and let them get a good cook on one side before you start moving them. And usually the breading can stick really well with frog legs. So I've been letting it cook for a few minutes now. They're golden brown on the other side, so ready to turn them all. Usually takes at least 5 to 6 minutes to cook frog legs, and on some of the bigger ones it can take longer. If you're using a deep fryer, if you put them in, you'll actually see them where they'll come up and start to float and less bubbles come up around them, and that usually means that they're really close to being done. For this I just did a cast iron pan just because it was just one batch, and it still comes out good. So when your frog legs are about done, pull them out and put them straight on your paper towel. And drip a little bit of the oil off. Sometimes it makes it a little bit nice to do that. When you take them fresh out of the pan, you want to take, and whatever seasoning is your favorite. For me, I really like the Creole seasoning. You can use whatever seasoning you like, but before the oil starts to drain into the paper towel too much, you want to take and season them right away, and that just helps the seasoning stick to the batter and makes it taste really, really good. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to eat some frog legs. Have a good one.